Is Matt Nagy mishandling Justin Fields, homeboy?
He absolutely is, fellas. I love talking about this topic with y'all. I know, Sanchez, you called a game for the Bears just a while ago, provided us some amazing intel that you don't get on other shows. But he's mishandling him for this reason. You can either mishandle me physically or you can mishandle me mentally, but please do not do both. And what Matt Nagy is doing to Justin Fields is mishandling him both mentally and physically. What do I mean? Green Bay Packers, mishandling Aaron Rodgers mentally. Mishandling Aaron Rodgers mentally by not fully allowing him from a mental perspective to thrive as best as he can. San Francisco 49ers, mishandling Jimmy Garoppolo physically at times. Y'all saw in the preseason game, running a zone read where Jimmy Garoppolo keeps it and gets nailed in a preseason game by a linebacker and an oncoming defensive end. But what the Bears are doing to Fields is mishandling him both physically, his first start that he made, where it was atrocious. The quarterback, coach, Matt Nagy, et cetera, did not properly utilize Justin Fields' best abilities. And then mishandling him mentally by not saying that you're the starter. Big dog, I need you to believe in me. If you don't believe in me, it is hard for me to believe in myself. Sanchez, I have to brag about my education in Marcellus because he always tells me he goes to Columbia, big dog.
Well,
he does.
My degree does, too.
Inferior.
Yeah, I'm about to say my degree is just as
Not
good.
everybody can be Ivy League.
I have issues. I'll be honest. I have issues, John. But I got 2 degrees. That's what he ain't got. I got 2 of them. The first one didn't teach me this.
You need to, too.
But the second one taught me this. Okay, I did need to catch up. The second one taught me about the Pygmalion effect. What's the Pygmalion effect, Mr. Columbia?
All I heard was pig.
What's the Exactly. You ain't that smart. Pygmalion effect, Sanchez, all it is self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah. If I believe that you can do something, I will treat you as though you can do something. And when you do something, it reaffirms my initial belief. Okay. If I believe you can't do something, I will treat you as though you can't do something. Then you won't do something, and it will confirm my initial belief. The Bears are treating Justin Fields as if he can't start. So when he goes out there and struggles, it will confirm their initial belief that he couldn't start, and all of a sudden it will fulfill the prophecy that they already laid before him. They are mishandling my dog, Justin Fields.
Big man, you still Googled that.
I had to Google the spelling.
How many degrees?
6 years of school in the Google.
Everybody goes.
The hell, what degree is that? Google?
Types in.
Hey, first off, Wikipedia.
Okay, here's all I'll say, and I know where you're coming from. I get all that, the emotional gymnastics that he's having to deal with right now. I still think at this early stage that Andy Dalton gives them the best chance to win and keeps them on track offensively. I think there's a couple things that Justin Fields did for himself last week, gave himself a little more confidence. I think the game plan was, light years better than the week before. Because the week before, it was almost like they expected Andy to play, and then we're like,
that's a good point.
Oh, no.
That happened.
Because to drop back a rookie like that many times, you don't do that. A couple of sacks he ran into, but listen, in high school, it's maybe 5 times that you got to do a pure drop back pass, okay? You can manufacture 25 to 30 completions in high school. In college, they probably got to do it maybe anywhere from 5 to 10 times. And if your quarterback's young, keep it closer to 5 than 10. In the NFL, you got to do it at least 10 times. But if your quarterback's young, keep it as close to 10 as possible. Manufacture me some completions like they did this last week. When it's time to give him a go ball up the sideline, hopefully he's hit his last 3 completions on a tight end screen, on a running back screen, and on a quick slant. Nothing wrong with that. Nobody's going to go back and dissect that and be like, oh, man, he really can't push the ball down the field. Man, he sucks. Nobody's going to do that. So I think they put him in better positions, but Andy still drives the ship a little bit better at this point. I'm not saying Justin Fields isn't going to surpass what Andy Dalton currently is or where Andy Dalton's ceiling is. I think he blows the doors off of this thing at some point. But it's a week-by-week thing. And what Matt Nagy's trying to do, like I said it on this show a couple weeks ago, I don't envy his position because he's taking it week to week, and he is just getting absolutely slaughtered by media, by the fans. They're crushing him. But listen, he has a thought. He has a belief. He said, hey, listen, I saw it with Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes. This is how we're going to do it. I think this is the best way. And so he's trying to do it and keep everybody's best interests at heart. It's just, you said microwave society. Everybody wants it now.
Everybody wants it now.
Justin Fields now. So I think he took a step in the right direction. But I think if Andy Dalton's healthy, that might be the best option just to keep them on schedule.
I love that. I'm going to echo a lot what you said and take it somewhere else. They're not mishandling this situation. Okay, for clarity, Justin Fields is better than any quarterback they have on their roster.
Agreed.
But he's not ready for this moment right now. If anything, Matt Nagy is guilty of being overprotective. If anything, he's guilty of loving him too hard in Justin Fields. And look, it kind of takes me back to how I was raised. My mama was protective. You ain't messing with my teddy bear. That was my nickname. So you know I was just sitting there like a little teddy bear, kangaroo, attached to my mama. And recently I saw a trailer for the Richard Williams story and Venus and Serena Williams story. And obviously Compton. But similar paths and similar stories, not the similar results. So, you know, it's just me here. Here's the thing. They went a different course. They went a different way, an overprotective way. No, we're not going to IMG Academy. No, we're not going to all these schools that's going to teach them tennis. These are my babies. I'm going to take care of them. And it didn't look traditional. Just like right now, this doesn't look traditional. Play the best player and let's just go. But we got to help that player groom into what they're going to become. We all been here before when mama said, nah, you ain't going to that party. And you're sitting there dog cursing your mama, talking under your lip, hiding away in your room, just, oh, I don't wish my mama. And then you go to school the next day, and what happens? Somebody say, man, you heard what happened at that party? And then you sit there and put your hands together and say, thank you, mama, for protecting me from that.
That's facts.
Real? That's what Matt Nagy's going through right now. And I'm going to tell you why. This is what brought it home for me. It's not Justin Fields improving every single week, which he is. But remind yourself, he's improved every week, and he looked good last week. And he's still last in the league in completion percentage, last in passing yards, last in passing touchdowns, and he's 31st in passer rating. I digress. The reason why this all hit me is because, boy, if he put Justin Fields out there again and again and again, guys like me who are much younger and hungrier on the defensive side are going to have 4 games of film to study. Once that film cycle gets around the league and they know who Justin Fields is and he's not ready for that moment, he's not ready for these changes, these adjustments, oh, life comes at you fast. I end this with a story, short story, quick story. My first game starting in my contract year, I'm the full-time starter. Bruce Smith, get up out of here. It's Marcellus, Wiley team, you better recognize. That wasn't how it went down, but I like that saying. Anyway, I'm out there. 3rd play from scrimmage. It's a Sunday game, prime time. I'm like, I'm starting this. I'm the man. And we're playing the Tennessee Titans. Rest in peace, Steve McNair and Eddie George. Eddie George sitting there offset. Eddie George sitting there offset, near side. I'm like, oh, he going to do the flare route. Good. 3rd play. I beat the tackle. I'm coming around the corner. And Eddie George said, oh, let me just peel back on this young and not inexperienced, not ready for deep. And gave me one of those.
The rib meat?
He hit me so hard that I went into the locker and checked my messages at the moment. And I had 948. Damn, you got lit up. Point being, life comes at you fast, NFL comes at you fast.
That's fair. My thing is this, though.
You ain't gonna be ready, bro.
I co-sign that. But you're going to have to play him by force or by choice, so you might as well choose to. That's where I'm at. You feel me? Like, I agree with everything y'all saying. I do think Andy Dalton is better right now.
But they can play that. They can play that game each week. Is Andy ready? If he's not, all right, Justin, do it again.
But for me, that's how you end up in the predicament. I would always rather choose to do something than be forced to do something, especially if it's coming anyway. You was talking about your mama now, we can go there as kids. They ask you to do something. They not really asking you to do something.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You gon' do
it's
it.
like OTAs.
You can choose or you cannot choose, but it's going down anyway.
Hey, you want to take out that trash for me? Not really. What?
You said once. Like, facts.
That's fair.
And so as I look at it, it's like Justin Fields is going to get burned eventually anyway. Whether it's Andy Dalton due to injury, Andy Dalton due to bad performance, Andy Dalton due to something, I would rather prepare to play him so you don't fall into the problem that happened his first start. Sanchez brings up a great point I hadn't thought of.
Great point.
What if all week they had prepared for Dalton to be the starter? Because that's how it looked. The game plan looked very quick
like
drop back, quick get it out. Like, it looked as if we didn't have a lot of movement. I don't want my 33-year-old Andy Dalton quarterback to be moving in the pocket.
He's hobbled right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I'm just saying, because I do agree with what you all are saying, but if something's going to happen eventually anyway, I'd rather choose to do it than be forced into doing it.
That's fair. That's fair. I just feel like if whoever it is, if it's Andy, you know what he can do. You know his strengths, you know his weaknesses. If it's Justin, let's have the game plan look like it did against the Lions. Granted, it was against the Lions. Okay, let's not get too crazy. Let's keep expectations fair.
That's fair.
Okay, but the most important thing for him is just get him into a rhythm. Get him 3 for 3 out of the blocks. Okay, get him completions. I want quick games. I want screens. Then I want to work some play action. Then I want to work some.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Pause.
I got one more.
I got an issue.
Get it
I got an
in
issue
there.
with him. Because he came on the show last week and he clowned our sport of track and field.
Oh.
He said all you do is run straight and make
you run straight in 4 turns.
And now he want to come out here and use track and field
Somebody
as
got
an
at him.
analogy.
Twitter got at him.
Which one is it, Sanchez? You like track or do you hate track? But you're not going to use track when you want to. Not on this show. Not on this show. You're not going to come out here using track when you want to.
You're a mess. Here's the point, okay? I just want Cam to get off to a hot start. Right? That's all.
Yeah. We'll do that in a sport that you love. Make those examples in sports you love, homeboy. Come over here to track like, I got one more thing, though. We all got to stop acting like, look, it's 3 former players up here, and we are now trying to look at Matt Nagy like we don't understand where he is right now. This is an impossible situation to be in.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Damn if you don't. All right, who has been in this relationship? Probably you, Acho, but let me just keep it open. Okay. You're Matt Nagy, right? And you know the real from the fake, right? So you're in a relationship with somebody who has this IG account that is posting all this stuff. And we see only flashes of that person, right? Like we only see flashes of Justin Fields. Be real.
That's fair.
We don't see every single practice, every single throw. Sure. Matt Nagy does. And Matt Nagy's like, I know the real from the fake. I know the difference between this person and that IG account. And we're sitting here judging Justin Fields in this situation from an Instagram account. I like that. I like that. You know the real? You know how many people don't live like they posting?
There's a couple things. First and foremost, here's the trick. Never fall for the one-pick trick. Matt Nagy, you feel me? If you go on IG and the first pick is fire, you have to keep scrolling. You cannot fall for the one-pick trick. The second thing, the way plastic surgery is set up out here in Hollywood.
Oh, my God.
It's hard to differentiate between the real and the fake. I'm just being honest. So the real look like fake, the fake look like real. I don't know either way no more.
Hey, I always thought just don't go for the full headshot only.